All right, so now what I want to show you is how we can use this seam create side slope tool to create these handicap ramps. Now, you may not go to this level of detail in your data prep model, but I wanted to show you this tool and how it works using an elevation table or a delta elevation table. So kind of a neat little workflow process, and use it as you wish. So I'm going to start like I did with the other ones. I'm going to pick this line, and I am going to go ahead and create the side slope, and I'm going to start at the beginning station, and I'm going to choose the copy definition, right, versus the copy no edit, because I do want to edit this template. So I'm going to come up here and I'm going to call it handicap ramp and keep the sampling distance the same. That's fine. I'm going to insert, and you'll see that it basically is going the wrong direction, so I need to make an edit. Now, I left it this way on purpose instead of checking, because I want to show you that if you do close out of this to get back to it, we need to go back into edit that template, and I'm going to show you how easy it is to do that. First of all, I'm going to reverse the line string. So I'm going to pick my line string, I'm going to right click, edit, and reverse the direction. So now you can see my curve is going in the right way. So now that puts my 0 station up here. So when I click here, you'll see that I get this template 00 handicap ramp. And that is my marker. So by selecting that, it's selected. And you can see down here, I've got one object selected. I'm going to right click and I'm going to edit. Now when I edit that, you'll see it takes me back into the editing piece. Now I'm going to go ahead and move this guy down here, because you can see what it's done is it's not picking up the handicap ramp. All right. So what I also did, and if you don't have it turned on, is turn on the sidewalk, so I know where my sidewalk ties into my ramp. Now, looking at my detail and looking at a handicap ramp properties, you can see that they've got some information here that it's got a 1 to 2, 1 to 12. So if you look at most handicap ramps, they're, I think, like 1 to 10. So basically what that means is if I've got a half a foot reveal or 5/10, and I multiply that by 10, then it gives me 5 feet of basically taper, right? So in this case, I'm going to use 4. I'm going to put a 4-foot taper in here, and I'll show you how I'm going to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick this instruction, which is the batter of my curb, or the height of my curb, and I'm going to double left click on it so I can get over to here, and I'm going to go over to the elevation, and on the elevation I'm going to switch from a half a foot elevation to a delta elevation table. You can see it brings up this little icon over here, or button. I can click on that ellipse button, and now I've got this table that I can create. So I know if I start at 0, I need that to be a half a foot high. Then I'm going to come down to here, and that's going to be a 1/10 high. Okay. Now, I still need to come back and put something over here, because right now it's going from a half a foot to a 1/10, putting a taper all the way through. Now I need to back this out 4 feet, because I know that I'm coming up a half a foot, and I want a 1/10 reveal, so my difference there is 4/10. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come in and I'm going to put in 11, basically minusing 4 from the 15, and I'm going to make this 0.5. Okay. Then I can come over here and go ahead and pick that point there, and that one's going to be 0.1 as well. And then I can put one in. The next one is 26.66, is going to be 0.5. Now it's going to carry this 0.5 through the rest of my curve. Okay. So basically just telling it where to start and stop just on the height of the elevation. The offset's going to stay the same. And I'm going to click OK. And I'm going to click Save. And now you can see that what it's done is it's tapered that handicap ramp on that top of curb for me. Okay. So I'm going to close this. Zoom this back, and I can come in here, and then there's my handicap ramp. So that's basically how you do that. Now I can repeat that process over here. So I'm going to take this, and I'm going to go create side slope, and I'm going to choose the copy definition, and I'm going to call this handicap ramp 2. Now the reason that I want to edit it is because the the distances are going to be different. So I'm going to insert that. It's going the right direction, which is fine. So I'm going to come down here. I'm going to edit this table. And what I need to do is just change my stationing. So the first thing I need to do is pick this one. And I'm going to come down here and say, okay, here, click right there. And that's 29. So this one here is going to be basically 29.66 minus 4. And that's going to be a half a foot. Okay. And then this guy here is going to be this station or distance here. And then I'm going to come in here and I just realized that I was going the wrong direction. So let's fix that. My fault. I should have checked. I thought I was coming from up here, but I was going that way. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to pick that point. That's going to be 23. I guess it really didn't matter. I could have done it that way. So that's 23 at that point. And I'm actually going to go 23 minus 4 because that's 19. And then this one here will be this 10th. Okay. And this one here is going to be this spot over here. And then this last one is basically going to be my 29.66 plus 4 for my half a foot. And that should take it around over to there. So if we look here and I look at the other side, when I hit OK and I hit save, now you can see that it's moved that ramp and it's put that ramp over here. So there's my curb cut for that one. So again, just pay attention to which direction you're going. Hopefully that made sense there and kind of kept, I'm going to keep the error in there. I'm not going to edit it out just so you know that, hey, I made a mistake, and it just shows you how to fix it. All right. Now I can close this now, and I've got that handicap ramp modeled up.